Hello, everyone. How are you this fine Saturday afternoon? I hope that your weather is as good as my weather is today because you could certainly use a break. Many of the people in our group were in areas that were hit super hard with the storm last week. And then in the follow-up, hit hard as well. So I hope you're catching a break today. We have some gorgeous weather where I am. Hello. If you have not signed up yet to get live stream alerts, please text the word live stream to the phone number 540-870-0726. We'll get you on that list. I only text between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you catch me on a live outside of those hours, I don't send text alerts because I don't want to wake anybody up. You know, some people have elderly parents or little kids, all of that, and they have to leave their phones on. And so I don't want to be the cause of waking someone up. So I cut off my text alerts at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Hey guys, how are you doing? Hi, Miss Kelly. How are you? Hello, Mary. Hi, Myra. Hi, Nicole. It's so good to see you guys. So last night I told you about some products that I got in, and don't say if you know, you've got your white lab coat, Camille. So I got some products in off Amazon. Also, hold on, let me tell you something really quick. All right, I showed you these products last night. All right, so here's the deal. These are not marked FDA food safe approved. So do not buy these unless you're just using them for display pieces or on sugar paste pieces or something that are not going to be consumed for like wedding cake toppers. Okay. So I guess the reason I ended up on this 3-pack is because I had seen this one, and the gold is apparently, I'm not going to make the statement that I'm saying it's okay to use it because it's not stamped anywhere on here. But according to what this is made of, it's the same as what other companies are selling as edible gold flakes. So I think what happened is I was ordering these very late at night, and I found these, and then I saw the same brand in a 3-pack with these. But apparently, I can't find anywhere where these two colors are marked non-toxic. So these are not the ones I would buy if you want to actually use them on a cookie, just to clarify. I did post after the video, after I did a little more research on them, but I think that's how I landed on the wrong product that night, because I had found the gold ones and then saw that cool 3-pack. Okay, so let's get going. The other thing I got in was this cool item, which I don't know if you realize this or not, but this is an ingredient that is in tonic water. Hey, Jeremy, I hope you are winning that dishwasher battle. You are very impressive on breaking that thing down. So excited. So let's say hi to a few more people. Hey, Amy. Let's see. Hi, Sabine. How are you? Sabra, so glad you made it. Hi, Emily. Allison. Debbie. Let's see. Glitter. Okay, so this is the main ingredient, or the only other ingredient really, and I left the back door open today because it is so nice outside, and somehow I got this one little bee. I have a honeybee flying around in here, so hopefully I won't get stung. Jeremy, no winners in the war against the dishwasher cleanup, just survivors. I believe that, because when you have to break down appliances, it's a nightmare. Hey, Kat. Hi, Sherry. All right, so I got this in because I had seen on some cake videos that people were using tonic water in their buttercream or their royal icing because it had this particular ingredient in it, and it makes the icing glow. And I've been looking for something to make the icing glow for our Halloween. Now, I can find lots of things that will glow under black light, but the implied part with this is that this glows in the dark. So we're going to do some testing. So I'm going to show you what I cooked up here. And then I watched additional videos that had B12. So to get your basically, I think what's going to actually happen is that we're going to end up with coloring that looks neon. And that's really, I wanted that look for the moon and the sun for the Halloween Fright Night Fall Day sets that we're doing, which is why I started experimenting. Okay. So just try to follow along and I'll try to keep my thoughts organized. And then Heather, I hope you are on here, Heather, because my friend Heather was shopping this morning, sent me a picture of a cool item. And so we're going to try it. I was able to jump on walmart.com. I had a grocery delivery coming, which, by the way, I love. And my people are fabulous. I hope if you get groceries delivered that your people are as nice as my people, because I don't care if I ever walk in to another Walmart in person ever again in my life. This is the handiest thing ever. Okay, I wish I had discovered it sooner, but my friend Heather sent me a picture of this and said, have you tried it? So it's new. Have you guys seen this by Wilton? Milk chocolate flavored fondant made with real chocolate. We're always busting on how bad fondant tastes. So I thought we should try this. So for you, I invested $36 today. Okay, so there's our chocolate, because that box was 12 and change. This is white chocolate, right? Look at that. Okay. And then, oh my goodness, somebody thought to make caramel. They're right up my alley. So, Debbie, so the caramel, we're going to open all three of those and try them. We're going to check them for several things. We're going to check them to see if they feel the same as regular white fondant, or are they more damp, are they stretchier? And we're going to, of course, check them for taste. And then I think it's a perfect time of year if you want to try something like this. These are great colors to use for fall. And then you can always color the white one, just like you would do regular white fondant. You could color it for your pieces. Okay, but let's get back to the mad scientist experiment. So B12 is the thing that I also found a lot of videos where cake artists were adding straight B12 in liquid form to their icing, their colored icing, to make the colored icing appear like it had make it appear that it had the glowy effect as it glows. Now, I don't have a black light. It was out of stock, so it did not get delivered today. But I do want to show you this. So I got two different brands of this in. Do you see this one with the yellow? All right, so what I need to do really quickly, I need to split this because I ordered two brands of the complex B12 in, because I wanted to show you a couple of things. So what we have going so far is we have regular white, just regular white royal icing. Then we have the white royal icing with the quinine. Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it, in the white. Now, you can't tell on camera. To me, looking at that on camera, they look the same, but in person, there is the tiniest sliver of ivory color in this. So you might have to put a little more white food gel, but I'm just going straight comparison here. So this is white from that same bowl that had white in it. I took this and added the quinine. Then I had a totally separate thing of white, no quinine in it. I mixed the pink color. I've divided it, and we have regular pink. We have pink with the quinine in it. And then we have just split our pink again into two, and we're going to try two different B12s. Now, what we're doing basically is we are using the B12 and the quinine, if that's how you pronounce it. I hope I'm telling you right. We're going to use it to thin these to flood consistency. That's basically what we're doing, okay? So I'm going to do this one first with the more orangey B12. So there must be something to that too, right? So I'll tell you for sure, this is the one that I actually saw in a video. So I want you to see it with the color mixed in. And it already, I can tell you right now, it already looks more neonish, like it's going to glow. It's just got a different color to it. It almost changed it to a coral color. So we're going to see if this works, because I think we could have some massive, It didn't show up on YouTube, Barbara, because it shows it's broadcasting to YouTube right now. It shows that it's going to the Seriously Sweet page on Facebook. It shows it's shared from Seriously Sweet into Cookie Snack Attack, and it shows it's broadcasting to YouTube. Sabra. So the B12 complex has other, but the B12 complex is the one that's orange. That's the one I saw online on YouTube in the cake demo. So we'll see. We'll see which one works, but let's just keep track of this. Let me label the bags as we go, because what we're going to do is pull out a couple sheets of parchment. We're going to run these side by side. I'm going to take a photo. We're going to let them dry, and I'll come back later tonight and show you results after I run them through the dehydrator. Now, if it actually requires black light, hey, Melinda, how are you doing? I am not going to have that until tomorrow because the black light was out of stock. It didn't come in my delivery. So this is pink with B complex. Okay. So let's just label that one. Don't you guys just love doing experiments? Also, I ran out of clean spatulas and clean bowls. So please don't hang me out for this, but I'm just using throwaway styrofoam to mix this up today because I did not have time to go and get some more, swap out the essentials at the store. All right, now this color, do you see it? You see how different? You can tell on camera how different these two are. This was the same pink as this, thinned with the B complex from Spring Valley. This one is Nature's Bounty, which was much cheaper, and I think came from one of these came from Walmart, and it was like a 25% of the price. So that was kind of interesting to me. So we're going to see just what actually compares. Also, I found another video last night that a gentleman took tonic water, boiled it down, thinking it would get it more concentrated, thinking that would make the glow better. But it actually had the reverse effect when he had it in the dark and he put a black light on it. It actually made it cloudier and much denser. So I'm not sure if using the straight quinine is even going to work. That's what we're experimenting with. And then when I can, I'll pick up some tonic water and I'll make a whole batch. Hey, Julie, we'll make a whole batch of icing using tonic water, which already has this quinine ingredient in it. We'll make a whole batch of icing using tonic water instead of regular water. And then we'll compare that to these results as well. Okay, so this is the pink, and it's just a neon pink from our mermaid kit, so nothing fancy. So pink, and it's the B12. Okay, and this one had like the cherry color to it. And this one had such a pretty color for coral in our mermaid class. This has the orange color in the B12. So let's just see what these all look like. I want to grab a picture of this before I cut them open. By the way, remember that little pin holder I found the other day when I went to Michael's to buy black nonpareils and came out with all kinds of stuff? It actually is fabulous. I don't have the box anymore. I've gotten rid of it, but it actually holds a ton. Hold all of my pens. It holds my brushes that are too tall for my covered box. And I was able to put some of my extra tools in there. So it really was great use of space because it's only 5 inches by 5 inches. And when you're working mainly in a 3-foot area, grabbing things, it's perfect. It's just perfect. Oh, hey, you want to see something else fun? Hey, Nana Sue, do you want to see something else fun really quick before we move on and put these on parchment? Does anybody want to see? Hold on one sec. I got to get a picture before we move on. Does anyone want to see? I have so much stuff in the way now. Does anyone want to see the cutters that are going to be in the regular Christmas product box, not the limited edition Christmas box, but the regular Christmas box that's going to have 6 cutters? Anybody want to see those cutters? And then I have a surprise for you. Totally psyched to tell you about that happened today. Very excited. Okay, so here's our white. Here's our white with, I sure hope I'm saying this right. If I'm saying this wrong, somebody tell me. And I just saw Kelly's comment, the bow clip. Okay, so this is coming. If they arrive in time, it's one of the last 3 items that I'm waiting on for your Halloween kit. So the Halloween kits, if everything arrives and there's no damages, they're each going to have 3 of this big bow clip. That way you guys will have cute bows in case you take pictures or you're doing, you're filming videos, you'll have them. Because aren't they sweet on the bag? Like, just puff this up a little bit. So cute for a photo, right? And you know we love the cute stuff when we're doing videos and taking photos. So I was able to get these at a good price to add them to your kit. So they're going to be in your kit. Can't promise you what colors because I basically told them to just get me 125 or something, whatever it was. Was that right? Yeah, because I usually order 5 or 6 extra in case something's damaged. But I just told them to get me whatever colors they had, but it had to be this big bow because that's so stinking cute. So your Halloween kits for sure are going to have that in if it arrives in time. However, if it's a slow boat from China, just saying, it doesn't arrive on time, then it'll wind up in the Christmas kit. But it's planned to be in the Halloween kit. Hey, Priscilla, how are you doing? Okay, so white with quinine, pink with quinine. Oops, let's go backwards. White quinine, the regular pink, and this is the pink from the mermaid kits. It's just the neon pink from Hobby Lobby. So nothing fancy, no extra ingredient. It's just ingredients in it, just very basic. Then I did pink with the quinine just so that later we can see if it does anything different or if it looks identical to this. Then we've got pink with the bee complex. And that's why it looks corally, because the base coloring of this is orange. This is the one I actually saw in several videos on YouTube. So it turns it kind of corally, which you can tell. And then this is the pink with the B12 from Nature's Bounty, and it has this red, okay? So we're going to start the experiment this way. And then if I don't get enough of a glow or what I'm looking for, there's other ways to get a glow that involve gelatin and some stuff like that. I didn't really want to have to do that. But if I have to, I will, just to experiment. So we're going to try this first. And I didn't taste any difference at all. I did these last night. I couldn't even taste them in here. None of this stuff's flavored. I can smell the B12. I could not smell the quinine. It really doesn't have any odor to me at all. It has, well, it's got a little odor if you're right on top of it, but when you mix it in the icing, no. But it's very vanilla colored. It looks just like vanilla extract, okay? Which is why I'm saying your icing is going to get a tiny tinge. And then neither one of these B12s, they don't smell at all. Like, I really expected this red one to smell cherry flavored or something since it's a liquid. And the orange one, no smell either. So, and I couldn't taste it last night in the first round of samples that I did. Okay, so Julie, we're looking for things that could potentially make, that are food safe, that could potentially make our royal icing glow in the dark, maybe by itself, we're not sure yet, or the color and the white to glow under black light, or to, what was the other thing? That's it. Or to look neon when it's dried on a cookie. That's what we're looking for. This is just a mad scientist experiment based on some cake videos that I saw and wanted to try out. So we're going to run some white here. We're going to do white with the quinine here. We're going to do regular pink here, okay? Then we're going to do pink with the quinine in it. We're going to do pink with the B. And I'm going to put an O because it has the orange undertone. And then we're going to do pink with the B12. And I'm going to put C because it has the cherry look to it, okay? So we're just going to ice the parchment. I'm going to slide it into the dehydrator. I'm going to leave it until tonight. And I told the girls, if it glows in just the regular dark, if that works out and it glows in the dark, then I'll come back on and show you tonight. If that doesn't work, then I have to wait until the black light gets delivered. And once the black light is delivered, we will talk about it again then. But if it doesn't work, like just to glow, which is what I'm hoping happens, if it doesn't just glow in the dark, because how cool would that be for our Fright Nights and Fall Day cookies? Just saying. Been trying to figure something out that would work really well for this, and I'm hoping this is it. But if not, we'll just keep going. All right, so I'm going to run these side by side. All right, so let's get this over here. Let's see. Now, I told them earlier that on camera, let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit now that we're putting the icing down and see what that does for us, okay? Hold on, there's my zoom. Let's go in, maybe about like this. You can still see everything. We'll let the camera refocus. There we go. Because in a minute, we're going to try new fondant flavors. So everybody hang with us because these are the fondant that we're going to try is more expensive. Now, see, when it comes out, it's about the same consistency, but it definitely has like, I don't know if you can tell, but in person, the slightest ivory tinge to it, okay? The slightest, not a lot, just enough that if you want a bright white, you would have to adjust it, okay? All right. So, Julie, I suppose I could have said we're putting vitamins and icing to make our cookies healthier for kids, but that's not it at all. We're just looking for something funky that might work to make these glow, just regular glow in the dark or glow under black light, or it's going to make them neon looking. So just something fun that I saw that I thought we should experiment with before Fall Days Fright Nights. Because how cool would this be on our moon? I'm sure you guys have figured out there's a moon and a sun in these cookies. All right, so let's move this over. Okay, this is going to go straight into the dehydrator. Now, see the pink and the pink with the quinine, that doesn't look any different at all, even though there's such like a heavy vanilla extract coloring, that brown caramelly coloring, very heavy coloring in the actual ingredient that I added. And then if we don't like how this turns out, then I told everybody I would go back and make a batch of royal icing using tonic water to see if there really is a big difference in getting the quinine introduced through tonic water versus as a single ingredient. Okay. Any questions so far? Everybody okay? So even this, you guys, do you see this? The B12 complex that had the red. I'm going to put a dot here just so you can see it. To me, absolutely no difference at all next to that, and no difference at all next to the regular pink. Okay. So let me label that so that I don't forget what I did, that this is part of this. This little dot's part of this. Okay. So we have the extra there. Now I'm going to pop these in the dehydrator. I hope this works. If it works, we're going to have so much extra fun. Like we have enough fun anyway, probably, right? But still, I like to always hit that level up button for you. All right, dehydrator's on. It's set. That's good to go. Hopefully you can't hear that noise. Now, who wants a sneak peek of the Christmas cutters for the regular Christmas box? Not the limited edition box. That is something different. The limited edition boxes I explained last night, you're only going to be able to do that as a class and a kit, and you're not going to be able to get that cookie cutter anywhere else. It's only going to be in that box, okay? Let's see. Barbie, I did one eyedropper full to a half bowl of the little bowl of icing. It was up to about here. It was as much as I could get in with one squeeze, okay? And I was using a very thick consistency icing, like literally had just come out of the yes, that tonic water, Heather, regular tonic water. It was thick, so I was using these two things as if I were using water out of my spray bottle to thin my icing. So, because obviously we don't want it to get too runny, right? So who's ready to see? Oh, Barbie's ready for Christmas cutters. So in the Christmas box, the regular Priscilla, I'm not sure what it's normally used for. I don't know why they put it in tonic water unless it has something to do with, like, the barkeepers have always known it makes your drinks cool and reflective in a nightclub or something. I have no idea, except Heather or Allison told me this morning that it helps with leg cramps. And someone else put that in the comments last night too, that it helps with leg cramps. So I guess there's that, but I'm not putting it in here for a health benefit at all. I just am using something that is FDA approved, right? It's edible, no problems. They're taken as vitamins and supplements to see if we can do something cool with our royal icing. That's my sole purpose, was like, ooh, I wonder if this would work on cookies. All right, so 2 boxes will come out at Christmas time, a limited edition box of which there will be 30 or less boxes. I'm just going to go ahead and spill my guts right now. This is so funny. Okay, so Michelle Ingram is in our group with Sugar Prism. Do you guys know her? She has edible acrylic paints. I got the chance to use them because they came in one of the Cookie Life boxes that I got from April Kalanchik at Sweet and Saucy Life. And I love them. They're fantastic. And I've been looking for a place to work them in. Oh, so that's cool. I didn't know that. Okay, so yeah, Kelly, I know. I can't hold it back because it's so exciting. So there's going to be a post up in the group later. I talked with Michelle today, and Michelle was so gracious to try to help me get it to a price point that I could afford to put in a box. But because the general Christmas box that's coming with 6 cutters, that box is going to be sold separately from class. So you can either buy just a products box or gift a product box to someone, or you can buy the box and then separately purchase the class, or you can just purchase the class and gather your own supplies because there'll be a supply list. So that one is like, that's the one that everybody can participate in, okay? But there is a limited edition Christmas one-off class kit that it's my custom design. It's a very fancy, large single cookie. It's like 7 inches by 6 inches. So think along the lines of a smidge larger than our largest Tiki Hot cutter. Okay, so it's big. It has a lot of detail work on it. It's definitely upper level intermediate to advanced. I would call it straight advanced, but if you're intermediate, I don't want you to be afraid to try it. That's going to be a class. That class is going to take at least 3 hours, potentially 4 hours, or I might break it up into two-hour classes, because Michelle was so great and got us a price that was within the budget, so that within the limited edition Christmas kit, which is a class and a kit together, and you can only get it that way, and your cutter will be in there, Michelle was able to put together a 6-pack of the Sugar Prism edible acrylic paint for us. So you're going to get to try Sugar Prism in the limited edition Christmas kit. And we're going to be doing some painting. So super excited about that kit, because I don't know, that kit's been on my mind for months already for Christmas. Like, it's super fancy. You can do it as a cookie. You're going to be able to use it as a table centerpiece. You're going to be able to, Heather says she has to get another job for the Amy purchases. We'll just set a little aside because it seems like a lot is coming, but I did not expect that the kits would take off as well as they did. So we'll probably, on each of the next 3 things that are coming out, they're probably going to sell out, but I will be upping my quantities for everything in 2022, but it takes a lot of organization to get these things to you at the price point we're trying to get them to you at, because these things are coming from overseas. So you've got that 6 to 8 week ship time. And then I don't get free shipping if I order over a certain amount from a company. So then what I have to do is, instead of doing one order of 40 or one order of 30, I have to split it and do 30 one time and 40 the next time to up the quantity of kits. So it's just a lot to keep track of. But now, knowing that we have enough interest for this and how fast they went the last time, I'm going to increase everything 20%. So it'll take us longer to sell out. Okay. That's my plan. I'm going to do the best I can, and we're going to grow at a nice rate. So I think that's really good and the best way to do it. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. They mowed grass today, and I left that door open. Whew. And I'm super allergic to grass. Isn't that fun? I love the smell of it, but it does not like me. So let's get back on track. I digress. So Michelle was fabulous and worked out a price that was within the remaining budget that I had for the limited edition boxes. So the limited edition boxes are going to come with a 6-pack of the Sugar Prism edible acrylic paint. Now, if you already purchased the mermaid box, you have a paint palette and some paint brushes, a pipette, and the other little item that you need to have with your kit is going to come with your paints. Okay. So you will have everything you need to use this right away. That's what I was getting to. Sorry. So we'll talk more about that later because I'm not going to use that in our tutorial Tuesdays or anything until we get to the special Christmas kit. And then after that, we'll talk about using it on a regular basis. Okay. How exciting. How exciting. Okay. So Michelle, if you are watching, hopefully you're sleeping because she was up very late. Let's see. I want to read this though. Emily's putting up some info for us on the quinine. By the way, somebody tell me if I'm saying that right. It's made from I'm not even going to pronounce that. I'm just going to call that the sea tree. How's that? It's from Peru. It was first used by the British Army. Officers stationed in India blended it with sugar water and gin to create something to combat malaria. Oh, that's cool. Well, hopefully we're not going to get exposed to malaria, but if it fought the pandemic, we could all be selling these cookies for super high dollar, huh? Just saying. Okay. So, who's ready to try this? Super excited. We're going to try all three of these. Do you guys mind if we work backwards though? And let's start with the chocolate first, then the caramel, then the white chocolate, because when we get to the white chocolate, hey, Sherry, congratulations. Awesome. Have a good time. We would be rich. Okay, so we're going to start from this end, move towards the one that's made with white chocolate. And also, I'm going to keep calling it white chocolate, but if you know anything about chocolate, you know that white chocolate is really not white chocolate, because to be chocolate, it has to have cocoa. So if it has cocoa, that means it's more the milk or dark chocolate, right? White chocolate is, anyway, it's the whole thing. People get crazy when you call it white chocolate and then feel they need to explain to you that it's not white chocolate. I am aware it's not really white chocolate. So we're just going to go with this like this, okay? Because they clearly want you to know they've mixed in something that is considered white chocolate within the industry, even though we know white chocolate's not really chocolate, right? We got it? Okay, so just hang with me. If you need more explanation on that, we'll go over that in another video. So we're going to start here. I have three gallon-sized Ziploc bags handy, because what I will do is flatten my box, put it in, and then I'm going to put my fondant right into that. But I'm going to get gloves because I've never used this before. I've never tasted it. I've never seen it. I don't know what the texture's like, and I have no idea if it's going to stain my hands or not. And I finally got all the airbrush color off yesterday morning. So just to be safe, I'm going to do some gloves. Okay. I so hope this tastes good and smells good and has good texture, because I'm looking forward to using it. I'm looking forward to using it in the Fright Night fall days. All right, so let me just break this down, because I want to keep all this in case I have to go back and look for ingredients and stuff, okay? So I like to work very organized so that I don't mess things up when the lives are over. So one thing I need to do, though, is fold this. Otherwise, it won't fit in here. So we're going to be working right now. We're going to quickly check out this milk chocolate. And for all of you, I'm willing to sacrifice the extra calories right now to see what this tastes like, okay? Oh, wow, look. This is much darker than the already colored brown fondants. Can you see that? You see how dark that is? It's really that dark. I'm looking on my computer screen. It's really that dark in person. Okay, so it looks lighter here. Maybe when you stretch it, it gets lighter, but you can see it looks like the darkness of the cake, not where they're showing the fondant on the cake. So let me just pull a little bit off. Okay, this is really a great texture. Let me put this in the bag, because I have the dehydrator running, I have a fan on, and I have the air, so I don't want anything to dry out too fast. So this is the one that says milk chocolate flavored fondant. It's by Wilton. Okay. So Texture wise, very different. It feels very different to me. It feels much smoother. Yeah, Kelly, I'm taking one for the team. Allison, I promise you it's not suffering. Okay, and it feels, this is really weird because what it actually feels like is what it feels like when you take modeling chocolate and mix it with regular fondant. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you guys ever done that? So sometimes I'll do that when I'm working on a project because I want it to taste a little better, but it's not the time of year where I can use straight chocolate. This feels like that, super silky and soft. Now let's have the smell. Oh my God, it smells like straight chocolate cake. It smells like chocolate. It smells like my chocolate fudge cupcakes or my triple chocolate brownies. Smells delicious. Okay, that's already a plus. All right, now, are you ready? I'm so scared to try this because what if I don't like it? Okay, here we go. Winner, chicken dinner. It tastes great. For real, it tastes really good. It does not at all taste like what I thought it was going to taste like. It's like melted chocolate. It tastes like melted chocolate. Oh my God, that's good. It almost tastes like brownie, actually. Hold on, just give me a second to narrow this down. Yeah, it tastes like brownie. It tastes like brownie mix before you cook it. You know, like your base. Well, maybe not your base, but my brownie. I have triple chocolate brownies that have a combination of cocoa and it tastes like brownie. But it smells like chocolate cake. And it melts. It literally just melts. And yeah, it does taste like a Tootsie Pop. It does actually, Elizabeth. It tastes like a Tootsie Pop. That's the best description. And it doesn't have, I thought it would have a little grit to it. There's no grit to it. It's very smooth. Yeah, it's very smooth. There's no grit. This is going to be fabulous. So what I will do when we get done, I'll make a couple things with this using small fondant molds. I'm going to set them up to set up. I'll pop a couple into the dehydrator to see if they melt or if they stay firm. So we'll check that too. I'll set a couple up to dry overnight and we're going to see what this does. But oh my gosh, how perfect going into Christmas, like to do fondant on cookies, like to do impression mats with this. I mean, it really, and it's a lot, it's softer, obviously, than a Tootsie Pop, but it tastes like a Tootsie Pop. So let's set this aside. I'll do some more experimenting with this for you. And let's go to caramel because it's the next color down because I want to end up with white last because I want to see what the white colors like, how it accepts gel colors. Because, you know, I like to color my white fondant instead of buying all those different colors. When I first started many moons ago, I thought you had to have all those colors and things weren't getting used and I hate waste. So a friend of mine had walked me through coloring stuff and since then I've been hooked on it. All right, you ready? Caramel, here we come. I hope this is good, but not too good because I have a weakness for caramel. All right, so color, perfect caramel color. It looks just like those little squirrel candies. It's the exact same color, nice and rich and buttery looking. Smells like toffee. So you know how toffee, it smells like caramel, but it's like caramel just on the verge before it's too much. Do you know what I mean? Like it could cross over and become burnt in just a second or two. If you're actually have you ever made toffee? If you've made toffee, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, absolutely. It smells perfect. Now, this one also soft, super smooth, feels like blended chocolate and fondant. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be like, but that is what it actually feels like. I mean, maybe that's how they created it. So I'm interested because usually when I blend modeling chocolate and fondant, if the ratio is not just right, it doesn't set up good. Or it's still too soft to like bag on a cookie. It's great on a cake or to do flowers and things with, but anything that might get too hot or could stick to a bag. Sometimes that happens. So I'm interested to see, Priscilla, this would be rocking with apple cookies. I'm telling you right now, if you wanted to make caramel apple cookies, this would taste great. If you wanted to just do this as your caramel, the smell is, first of all, it's incredible. It smells like toffee coming right out of the kettle. It's nice and smooth. I don't feel any grit in this. All right, let's start with small bits. Melt. Super smooth. Tastes like Werther's Originals. Y'all ever had those buttery toffee candies? Oh, it tastes way better than regular fondant. Yeah, it's like you just went into the candy universe of fondant. It tastes better than marshmallow fondant, and I like marshmallow fondant. Oh, yeah. This is fantastic. Oh, my gosh. I hope it sets up good to where it gets a crust on it so they can be bagged. Okay. Yeah, you're going to need the caramel for sure. The chocolate is totally rocking the brownie and Tootsie Roll flavor. Heather, if you're on here, we all appreciate you so much because this has been a fabulous experiment. Fabulous, fabulous. Fabulous. Now, look, it's pricier per ounce than regular fondant, but I'm telling you, it's totally worth it. Based on what I'm checking out right now, it's totally worth it. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. Now, the white chocolate, it's not bright white, right? Which it normally isn't. It's not as white as normal fondant. It has a little bit of an ivory color to it. Can you see that? The sun's coming in great on that window right now, so I have a lot of good natural light. Okay, it's super soft. You can see I'm just going right into it with my finger. I'm not having to cut it. And it has a totally different feel to it than normal fondant. Unless, of course, you make your own fondant, and then you already know that that's different from normal fondant. So, Heather, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because this is amazing. Okay. It's also same texture, super silky, very much feels like you blended half modeling chocolate with half fondant. That's what it feels like, just like normal. And it feels like you need to buy gloves because it feels like it could get, now you see it's not separating like modeling chocolate, even though I've worked it really good with my hands. You see it's not sweaty or anything. So that's a plus. That's another good reason when people blend modeling chocolate and fondant together. But I would wear gloves because I can tell it's going to get hot quick. If you have hot hands, it's going to get hot quick. Okay. Are you ready? Let's see what this tastes like. I don't see how it could be better or even equal to the caramel and the chocolate because they were pretty fantastic, but let's try it. How is that possible? It tastes just like eating a solid white chocolate candy bar. Seriously, it doesn't taste like fondant at all. The texture is not like fondant. It's super smooth. It's like disintegrating. I just have it on the roof of my mouth and it's disintegrating. Okay, let me just say, if you make cakes and you do wedding cakes, you're just going to need to charge more because people are going to want this over normal fondant. I mean, I don't know how this is going to work on rolling out big, huge sheets of it to coat a cake, but every one of these boxes has it on a 2-layer 8 or 10-inch round cake, and it looks perfect. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of other tricks to it with smoothing it, but it's not gritty at all, you guys. It's not gritty at all. And you can see it's keeping its shape. Like if I wanted to roll it down and make little legs or tentacles or anything for a jellyfish, look at that. It's perfect. And it tastes good. It is pricier. We'll have to look it up to see. It might even, it might be as much as $4 or $5 a box more because it's a normal standard size box, but it tastes fabulous. So winner chicken dinner, Heather. These are all 3 of the flavors and they're fabulous. So obviously the white is the one you'd use to do your normal coloring. Like you'd use white fondant as a base. You would use this. You could go a little bit darker on this, even though it's already dyed, you could go a little darker. But this, you could probably only go to black if you tried to dye it, right? It's so dark. Can you see how dark it is? So probably you can't go that dark with that one, but they will accept color. Okay, so let's put these on some parchment and let's grab, how about I grab some neon orange? Actually, let me grab pumpkin, okay? Let's do pumpkin. I'm going to split my white in half. Well, I'm going to third it, actually, because we don't need a whole lot of this. But let me see. Let's do that. I'll leave some white to put in a mold. Maybe I'll make a flower with it. Then I'm going to add just this little bit of pumpkin to a third of this. And then how about we add, is this my new pumpkin? Of course it is. So it's not open. Silly, silly. These never open for me, by the way. There should be like a universal bottle where it has a lift off thing where it has the tab that sticks out on the side. Because this isn't even one of the bottles that you can flip the lid and put it in it and puncture it. I can never get these things to come off. I know some of you have great luck with it. I'm not saying they don't work. I'm just saying they never work for me. And this is one of the ones that doesn't have the little pointy thing so you can puncture it, you know. I love this pumpkin color, by the way. If you don't have this, you should get it before you head into your fall cookies because it is perfect. It's AmeriColor pumpkin, and I love it. It's fabulous. Get the big 4.5 ounce jar or whatever it is. What size are these jars? Get the, what does it say? Yeah, 4.5 ounces. Get the 4.5 ounce jars if you're going to buy pumpkin. You'll use it. It's fabulous. Okay, so let's see what happens. Ooh. All right. And I can put up a link to Amazon for you for the fondant if you want to use the link to buy them, but I think it's going to be cheaper if you just go through Walmart. Usually Amazon's a couple bucks more, right, because of the free shipping, but now Walmart has, look, it's beautiful, you guys. It's silky. It's taking the color perfect. Nothing is separating. And look how nice of a color I just got. Can you imagine the little chocolate pumpkins, white chocolate pumpkins on your fall cookies instead of having to do fondant embellishments? So let's just hope when this sits out that it crusts up, okay? Because if it crusts up, we don't care that the center's soft as long as you're not going to be packing cookies where you're going to have pressure on the embellishments. We just need it to crust up so that it won't stick to the bags. Okay, so let's do that. And then how about this? By the way, to the giver of my pink toolbox, I love this thing. I can find all of my dry powders, my Sugar Rush, and my Bakewell so easy now. I'm talking easy peasy, I can get it. And because it is a metal toolbox, well, it's pink, of course, so it's perfect. It's beautiful. But because it's a metal toolbox, on the back of it, that's where I have my stencil holders now, my magnetic stencil holders and my magnets. Now, this is, probably shouldn't use this one. No, hold on. I grabbed a Master Elite, and Master Elite needs to be water activated for the color to come properly. So I'll use the Master Elite. Just give me a second. I'm going to grab a regular Elite. I think I have Flame. Flame would be pretty. We're going to try that because the Elite color doesn't need water to be activated. So we're just going to mix it in as a straight powder. And I think I just replaced my Flame. So this is going to be a nice bright orange. I'm also, do you see the sunlight's coming in? So I'm checking to see, I left these in the sun so that I could see if they're going to get sweat beads or, well, you can't see. So let me pull it down here into this part to see if it's going to get sweat beads or anything. So this is my new Flame. And it is in, let me show you before I open it. It's Elite color called Flame that I got in for the fall. All right, so let's see what this does. I'm just going to put a little on my glove. Okay, you see? And then I'm going to use this white, and we're going to mix it in and see if it takes the powdered color and what it looks like. Yep, going in there like a champ. No problem. taken the color. It's the same color that it's supposed to be because the Elites are their actual colors. They don't need to be water activated. So look at that. Oh, by the way, that edible acrylic paint, you can use it on chocolate too. So that's the other reason I want it in your hands before. It's $15.99 on the Wilton site. Wow. Walmart might be the cheapest one. Somebody check Amazon real quick while I'm doing this little experiment. Okay, look, you guys, that's perfect. It's perfect. Now let me taste it to see if anything changed. Nope. No grit. Tastes like white chocolate. Oh my God, that's good, you guys. It's like eating straight candy. It's literally like, it tastes just like you're eating when you make modeling chocolate. Don't tell me that you guys don't eat the modeling chocolate when you're making it. I know you do. I can't be the only one. I cannot be the only one. And if I am, don't tell me. You have to taste it to make sure it's good. All right, so my caramel. I've got my pumpkin that I did with a gel color. We're going to come back and look at this later too after I make a couple things and just let them set up. All right. Oh, I don't, let me grab that with my regular ungloved so that I don't mess it up. So we've got caramel, we've got flame, we've got pumpkin, we're going to have white, and then we've got the chocolate. And I'm going to make like little flowers or something with each of those. Look how pretty, just for a fall color palette that we just made, just that quick. Look at that. So cool. All right, so I'm going to jump off. We did pretty good. We stayed under an hour. No, Myra, I don't think they carry Wilton, so I doubt they're going to have this. But I bet if it just hit the product market, that everybody will have it soon because the stuff is super good. You know how it is. It comes in one place and then everybody gets a version of it type thing. All right. So I'm going to post a cool picture for you on our Cookie Snack Attack page with the announcement that the 6 Sugar Prism colors will be in the limited edition Christmas kit. Okay. And not on Amazon yet, Kathy. Thank you for checking. I appreciate that. Amazon is $17.99. Okay. So guys, you're just going to have to check Target and Walmart and maybe Michael's, although I was in Michael's last week for that big fondant matte release and I didn't see it in there. Oh yeah, Sabra, thank you. Hold on. So in the Christmas product box that you can buy, do you mind if I shut this blind, you guys? Because I can hardly see the questions because the light's so bright. The sun's going down here. It's so weird that so much of the summer, it's not even dark around here till 9:30. And now it's like, what time is it? 5:30? And the sun is already like blinding in my eyes. I get so much more work done when the sun stays up. Not Heather's saying not at Michael's. She was just there and checked. Okay. So we'll keep an eye out. If anybody sees it somewhere else or any place that you can use like 40% off coupons, the group would love to know. Christmas product box, where the box is sold separate from the class. So you can buy the box, you can buy the class, or you can buy the box and the class as separate purchases. That is going to have these cutters. So excited about this because I'm not going to tell you now what the techniques are, or somebody else will come out with a box just like mine. So I'm not going to tell you. I'm sorry. I just have to hold it tight for a little bit. But I will tell you, these are great cutters. They're good, really good cookie sizes. If you have grandkids, there's one cutter in here that I think you should just make a bunch of these cookies and decorate it with step through the sprinkles. I know it's fun. Wouldn't that be a great alternate universe that you just walked into the candy? There's one cutter in here that you should make a bunch of because you can make, it's literally an ornament, a really cool ornament. So if you did it with your grandkids, you could shellac them or coat them in resin or whatever and save them. But I'm going to show you the cutters. I'm not going to tell you at all how we're decorating them though. Okay. I just will tell you there is a lot packed in this class. So even if you don't end up getting a kit, or you can't get a kit because you're in Canada, or you don't get a kit because they sell out, you can use other versions of the same type of things I'm about to show you. So like there's a tree in here. You don't have to have this exact tree. So I'm sure everybody has a Christmas tree cutter of some sort. but the techniques are what you're going to want to focus on, because there's going to be a lot of techniques in this class. Okay. And stuff that I don't think I've taught on Tutorial Tuesday yet at all in the last year. Okay. So we have this cool tree. I love this tree because it's a very folk art looking tree. Plus you can use it in the springtime with your gnome sets. Okay. That's it. You don't get to see more of that. Okay. Then we have this fabulous candlestick holder. This is my favorite candlestick holder. So excited about this, especially because Sugar Prism's going to be involved in this one. Okay. And then this is the super fancy ornament cutter. It's one of my favorite ornament cutters ever, cookie cutters ever, ornament cutters, because you can do it down or up, can bake it with a hole so you can hang it and actually turn it into ornaments. And there's even enough room, because it's an extra large cutter, that you, if you wanted to, you could do some isomalt work with this. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? This is a 6-inch cutter, just under 6 inches. Isn't that beautiful? So, you know, on top of a Christmas tree, you could do it like this to make the top piece. Hanging, you could make all kinds of ornaments, but this is the one, if you have grandkids, you're going to want that. So that is our 3 of the 6 cutters that are large or extra large. Okay. And then these are 3 cutters that are going to be in the box that are small. They're not minis, but they're like 3-inch sizes. So relative to what you normally do with me, this is something I would consider small. So we have this gorgeous little folk art angel. I cannot wait for you to see the techniques that we are doing on here. Hey guys, Barbara's saying that it's $15.99 on the Wilton.com, and there's a 25% off site-wide sale right now. So check that out, because maybe, I think they're one of the ones that if you spend over $50, you get free shipping. It might be worth getting some stuff from them right now. So this is my folk art angel. Love her. Can't wait to show her to you. The reason that I like that she's smaller is because she's going to be great to add to some other things that are going on, where she can be added to those things. That's all I'm going to tell you, or I'll give it away. You know, I'll give it away. And then I have a small wreath, which you can do upright, bow up here, or you can do it down here with a hanging bow. But this is a little bit smaller than a 3-inch. It's a 2 3/4. So I think this one is going to be fantastic. Also, if you look at this flipped this way, how cute would this be for a cat face, a sheep face, like all kinds of animal things I see in this, with this being the ears for springtime. So another great cutter that's not limited to just the box it's coming in, right? So cool. And then the last one is the Star of Bethlehem. Isn't that pretty? So can't wait to show you what we're doing with this one, but I'm going to turn it sideways. So in the summer, you could absolutely make this, you could turn this into like a little bit of taking the dough off right here. You could turn this into like space themed or UFO, or even Vegas themed a little bit, the Vegas signs. So all of the cutters that you're getting, with the exception of this one, and I'm sure if you really tried hard, you could come up with something different this could be. This is the only one that I was like, well, I'd really be stretching it to say that it's something else, because it really just, it doesn't lend itself to anything else really. I mean, I guess it could be an axe or a hammer if you knocked this part off, right? You could turn it into something for Father's Day, but it's the only one that, like, I felt it would be a real stretch to call it something else. And this one, you can't really turn it into anything else unless you want to turn it into a pennant or a banner for, you know, like sports teams. You could do that with this one. Just cut this little bit off, or maybe just add a little bit of dough right here to round it out. So you could do that. But the reason I don't feel bad about it is because it's going to be totally rocking for Christmas with what we're doing on it. And because you can use it in the spring with the gnomes. Oh yeah, totally. You can make a shark fin out of this, and an arrowhead. Yep. So the only one that I would have to really stretch to say, oh, I confidently feel like this would look like such and such, is the candlestick. But come on, that's the prettiest candlestick holder ever. The other reason I really like this particular candlestick holder is it's easy to get the dough out. right? Nothing is so small that you can't get it out. And if you feel like you have a little trouble, this is one of the metal cutters. It's not a 3D printed, so you can stretch your candle a little bit if you need to, right? You can make that a little bigger if you have trouble. So any way you want to, or you can make it smaller, whatever you feel comfortable with, but love it. So that's going to be your 6 cutters, and they're all here. So I physically have had my hands on all of them. They're all here. So you have now seen, if you watched both the videos, you've now seen the 6 cutters that are coming in your Halloween product box, and you've seen the 6 cutters that are coming in your Christmas box. But I'm not going to show you. I am not going to show you. You will not wear me down on this one. You are not going to see what is in the limited edition Christmas kit until the day before it releases. And the day before it releases, you will see the finished cookie with everything done on it, because there's a lot of sculpting and painting. It's going to be super fun. I'm not going to show you till the day before. And then in that box, you'll have basically everything you need for class. Okay. All right. Now, this is sitting here, and I can tell it's getting a little crust to it, but it's not so much crust that it's going to be hard to work with it. So I'm going to jump off and get to work with these gift certificates. You know, Priscilla, that I actually, I don't know about like just flat out gift certificates. I guess I could. I don't know why I couldn't, but I had thought about selling certificates for classes as Christmas gifts for them to redeem, you know, for just the class, or money towards just a product box or something. The problem is it's hard on, you know, the classes are not limited. The boxes are limited. So it's hard to put anything on the boxes, because if somebody's trying to buy one and something gets screwed up, that will mess with the website the day, because you know they're selling out so fast. But I could do it on classes for sure. If you guys want to gift classes to people, especially over the holidays, I would love that. So let me work on that, okay? Woo! Your hubs could pay for your habit. I love that. I would love it if he did. It's cheaper than therapy. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me just check really quick and see. Okay, so these are setting up. So when it gets dark and I can get all of the light out of this room, I'll come back in and check this out and report back. But if I don't get any glow at all in the dark, if I don't get just regular glowing in the dark from any of this, then we will have to wait till tomorrow till my black light gets delivered, and I'll come on tomorrow night and show you what they look like under black light, okay? But I'm interested to see if this works. And then if we don't get the results that I saw when I watched the cake videos on like even these, then I will next week make a full batch of royal icing using tonic water, and we'll go from there, okay? Now, if we come out of this with a really cool neon, like that hazy neon sign look, I'm still going to be happy. But if we come out of this and it actually glows in the dark or glows under black light, both of those things are cool. But if we get an actual glow in the dark, I'm going to be really happy. So hopefully we'll see what happens there, and it's going to be good. I'll get to work on these, run them through a couple of molds, and then let them dry overnight, and we'll test all that out. I'm going to pop a bit of this into the dehydrator on a piece of parchment after I make like a little flower with it, just to see, because sometimes I do dry my fondant in the dehydrator when I make a bunch of bits and pieces. I make them on that, run them through there, keep the temp at 105, and they crust faster. But I think with the chocolate and how silky it felt, I don't think they're going to hold up in the dehydrator. So I'll test that for you too, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So excited. We start with Fall Days, Fright Nights this upcoming Tuesday. It'll be one cookie this Tuesday, which will require morning work and evening work. And we're going to do the big cutter for Fright Night. We're going to start with that one. Okay. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for coming to spend some time with me this afternoon. And I hope everyone has an awesome Saturday night and Sunday. Bye.